Testing. Okay. We're going to go ahead and run through a scenario here. Okay, this is a little case study on a client who we're setting up with a new event. We've configured their pages, and what we've done is asked them for feedback on the setup of their pages, and what they've done is sent us back a PDF document here with some edits that we want to perform. So what I'm going to do is walk through the process of making these edits. This screenshot they've sent us is a screenshot of the top of their registration page. So I just want to walk through some of the things that we need to do here. So on this page, they're asking us to make it a lowercase c in the word conference here. They're asking us to remove these bullets and put the numbers, and I'm just going to tell you that that's already been done. That was something that we caught. They want a lowercase l in, or they want lowercase l in laboratory. Kind of looks like a lowercase, but we'll go ahead and double check that. And then down here they want EST and not ET. So let me explain that one, because that is not a change that we can make. This information here, the 12 p.m. ET, is inserted by a system tag called time 12, which means basically display the time in a 12-hour format versus a 24-hour format. And it displays the time zone that was selected when the event was published. That time zone today displays in ET, CT for Central Time, MT for Mountain Time, or PT for Pacific Time, and now we also support CET, which is Central European Time. So that can't be changed to EST, which would be Eastern Standard Time. It's really not needed, because if you do EST, then you have to do EDT. By just using the short abbreviation of Eastern Time, it kind of assumes that if it's Eastern Standard Time, then it's displayed correctly, or Daylight Time, then it's displayed correctly. So now what I'm going to do is switch over, and I'm going to log into the EMS system that they're built on. And in this case, it's Fusion MD Net Admin, and so I log into the EMS, and you can see the event we're building for them right here on the main page. So let's click on the edit icon, which will take me to the last tab of the publish, and the information, if we switch back here, this information I happen to know from publishing it is actually in the event description area. So let's go back to the tab where we describe the information, and you can see right up top here we've got the information here of Sharing Plaza is pleased to enter the educational web conference. I could simply change the C here, or alternatively I could click on the HTML editor, and I could come in and change the C here. It really doesn't matter. It really comes down to what you're more comfortable with. In this case, I want to update and close, and you can see that the actual C was changed there. So let's go back and look at the other changes that they wanted. Oh, okay, they wanted laboratory changed, and I see now that it's this laboratory that they're actually asking to change. So let me go back, and what we'll do is look for that, and this time I'm just going to go ahead and make that change right here in the HTML. So we've got that change done. We've got the laboratory change done. Let me just show you that this list change has already been made. As you can see, we've actually changed this to an ordered list, which actually gives it the numbers. Previously, the numbers were embedded in the text, and this was listed as an unordered list, or UL, which creates the bullets. So that one has already been made. And then we'll come down here. That's the lowercase laboratory. And then they're saying that they want the ET, as I explained, we can't do, and they want to change it from 60 minutes instead of 90 minutes. So let me run back here. The 60 minutes instead of 90 minutes is not controlled via text, that's actually controlled via the setup. So before I do anything, I always want to hit save and continue so that any changes I have made to the textual information for this event is saved. So I'm going to hit save and continue. And now I can jump to a different tab. If I had just jumped to a different tab, those changes would not have been made. And now to change the time, what I want to do is I want to go back to the event schedule. And as you can see down here, I've got the event duration, and right now it's set to 1 hour and 30 minutes, which is why we're seeing 90 minutes displayed. And what we want to do is we want to change this to basically 1 hour in length. And again, to make sure that change occurs, I need to hit save and continue. So that has saved it. So now if I go back and look at this tab, you can see that it is set as event duration of 1 hour. If I had simply clicked on another tab, that save would not have been made. Now there's another extremely important point to this, which is we have now just changed the duration of this event from 90 minutes to 60 minutes. To propagate this change to the underlying AT&T Connect session, we need to actually republish the event. So I'm going to jump to the last tab here, and I'm going to click on republish to live, because anytime you change a characteristic of the underlying AT&T Connect session, and in this case we're changing the underlying characteristic of a 90-minute session to a 60-minute session, we need to tell the AT&T system that the way the AT&T system is communicated or told of that change is an actual republish process. So I'm going to republish to live. It's given me a warning here saying that I have not assigned event materials, and that is because we're not to that phase yet, but it's good to know. And I have two options now. I can click OK, which would actually take me to a page that would allow me to assign event materials now, or I can click cancel, in which case it will do the publish without assigning the event materials, and that's what I'm going to do in this case. Now that that is complete, key thing here, anytime you publish an event, is to look at the message that's going to show up here in the top. It's always going to be in red, and it's going to tell you whether or not the event was successfully published. If it was not successfully published, then we would have to diagnose how and why it wasn't successfully published, and that'll be a different recording. So that is the ability for us to do key changes to an event, and a very typical process that you will go through in managing the client event, building the client event, and then customizing the event when they bring feedback like that. So that's the end of this tutorial.